and welcome to Breath of Fire 2 Retranslated, which is a hack of the American version, which was supposedly notorious for its bad translation of the original Japanese script or dialogue or whatever. Mainly for its dialogue and like character names, which for the most part have been changed in this retranslation to sort of reflect the original Japanese version more accurately. And this is the original intro, by the way, which for some reason wasn't included in the retranslation, so I just figured I'd show this first before I started playing the retranslation. Plus, each of these cutscenes are like prologues of each character that take place before we meet him in the game. But anyway, I saw an LP of this first, and as far as I could tell, most of the dialogue has been rewritten, and some of the character and town names have been changed back to their original names from the Japanese version. Like, for example, Bo, as you saw earlier, was originally named Bosch, B-O-S-C-H. Kat was originally named Lynn, and there were some other name changes. I forget what they were, but I think they were all like changed back to their original Japanese version names. And some of those names exceeded the 4-character limit in the American version. That's why some of them were changed, like to 4-letter names, like Jean or Jean, J-E-A-N. What else? Bosch was changed to Bo, B-O-W. There was like a couple of other name changes, but yeah, I guess some were just mistranslated too, but I'm not really sure what the whole story is. But as for the dialogue, I think it's way better in the retranslation than it was in the original American version, because like it's a lot edgier, it's funnier, it's darker, and it even makes the story seem a lot better than I remember it being. I mean, it's a lot more coherent, it's got deeper thematic elements like religion. A lot of the characters seem more developed, and overall it's just more entertaining. I mean, watching it was like a whole new experience for me, and whoever wrote this new dialogue did a really good job. I mean, mad props to whoever it is. They should be like Hollywood screenwriters. I'm not exaggerating. I mean, I really enjoyed it that much. And as for the game itself, I used to consider it my least favorite of the first 3 games because I haven't played the other ones, but yeah, it was my least favorite mainly because like I was initially disappointed in it. I was disappointed with it when I first played it back in the day, like 95 or 94, somewhere around there. I was a little put off by the graphics and music, which I thought were slightly inferior to the first game. Like, the graphics in this one seemed a lot less polished, and the colors were less vibrant. And I don't know if it's just me, but they seem more grainy and just kind of plain, like drab colors and ugly text boxes, and the battle menu design looks kind of just basic and ugly, whereas the first one had like icons and they were like symbols and, you know, hand-drawn art, whereas it's just basic text here. A lot of these are little nitpicks, by the way. I mean, overall the game was decent, but there was just a lot of little things about it that kind of put me off. I mean, like the music, for example, even though some of it's grown on me, lately, like this battle theme. I mean, sorry, this title screen theme and the battle themes and the boss themes are really good. But I didn't like them at first because the music in general was just like, it was really tinny and hokey and just a little grating after a while. Like some of the towns and places, like I'd just be dying to get out of there because I just couldn't stand the music anymore. And overall, like the whole thing just kind of felt more low budget and just shoddily put together than the first one. And even though the story was decent as it went along, it was a little bit too slow paced and kind of unfocused and meandering for my taste back then. I mean, I can appreciate the slow burn aspect now, but back then, like, it just felt like it took too long to get to the point, like plot wise. But like I said, this new retranslation fixes all that for me. Like, it smooths out the rough edges, and it actually made the game grow on me like a fungus. And now, just from watching it, I actually consider it my favorite of the three. I mean, I'm still not sure where I'd rank it as far as best to worst goes, but ever since watching that LP, I've been really excited to play it myself and just experience it all over again firsthand. And yeah, with that said, I'm just gonna let the rest of this intro play out, and then I'll cut to the retranslated version. So if you don't want to watch all this, just skip ahead a few minutes, and until you see the actual, until you see me start playing the game. Okay, until you see me on camera. You don't see me yet because I'm pre-recording this little intro commentary, but when you see me on camera, that's when I start playing, so you can skip ahead to that if you don't want to watch this. But I'm going to watch the rest of this. Finish my beer. I was a little put off by that title too. It kind of looks like Breath of Fire. The A kind of looks like an R. Like I said, just a little nitpick, nothing major. Overall, I did like the game back then, and I just like it even more now. Pretty good cover art too, by the way, on the little Super Nintendo box. By the way, that guy Spur, it's misspelled. It's actually Spar in the American version, but it's something totally different in the Japanese version, which you'll see later on in the retranslation. These are just like little demonstrations of how they fight and what their abilities are. think we're gonna see a little glimpse of one of Ryu's dragon abilities. And here's the retranslation. Got a new Capcom logo. I like the older one better. It's a nice little title screen. Added some fire. Get it? Breath of fire. Ha ha ha. It was a nice screen though. I don't know if this little game start screen was the original version, but it doesn't look familiar to me. It looks pretty nice though. Nice art, and I think like all the text boxes and battlement and stuff like that, they look better to me now. The colors are more vibrant and just kind of I don't know, just better to look at. Anyway, yeah, that's my little test file. I'm gonna start a new one. I'm gonna enter Ryu. Actually, no. Trying to erase that file. Hold on. Alright, there we go. Oh. Choose fast, stereo. Where the hell would I turn the music off? Transparent. Oh, now I'll leave it transparent. Sorry about that crackling. Not enough power still. See, I like the color of this new text box. It's more polished. Hear my words, mortals. Offer your souls unto God. Offer Him your praise, your prayers, your worship and devotion. You must become the strength of God. Creepy. And what I can appreciate now that I didn't before is the nice slow burn build up. Like it starts off, you know, with a good hook, you know, with the eye, it's all mysterious and ominous, but after that, you don't really know where the plot's going. But it's a fun journey along the way. You will come back at this instant. It's time for your nap. She got away again. What am I ever going to do with her? Ryu, come down. I need a word with you. Alright, I heard you. Okay, man. Might be the only chance you got to pick that up. Alright, dude, I heard you the first time. He was gone and run off again. She always puts up such a fuss over nap time. Could you go look for you and make sure she doesn't get into trouble? Why me? You're the fucking parent here. Why is it my responsibility? Disgraceful. I don't ever recall teaching you to allow the precious, those precious to you to come to harm. Well, maybe you should, maybe you should practice what you preach, dude. Could you go look for you and make sure she doesn't get into trouble? Isn't that the parent's job? Alright, alright. Maybe he's trying to teach me a lesson in responsibility. Oh, by the way, they added a dash button. Hold on. Yeah, now you can walk faster. I don't have to use this fast forward so much, even though I probably will anyway. So I'm just going to talk to everybody here. Feel what's going on, where we are. It's rough out there, kid. If you want to go on a nature hike, find a grown-up to go with me, okay? It's been 3 years since you lost your mother, hasn't it, Ryu? Been quite the young man since then. Such a fine example for your little sister. A few years back, the village was set upon by an army of monsters, the likes of which were never seen before or since. The dragon hadn't showed up when it did, we'd all have been done for. So I guess Ryu's mother died a few years before. It's still with us, sleeping in the mountains behind the village. Make sure you pay respects to it. I can't talk to this dragon guy yet. Let's see, maybe I can still... Damn it. Yeah, computer's being a dick again today. Not much I can do about it. It's going to be crackling a lot, apparently. We got our first healing item. Let's see. Wooden rod, healing herb. And, one thing about this sequel that I liked, this was in the original version, was the auto sort. Puts everything in the right place and combines all the single items into like you know, you get 9 healing herbs, you know, it shows up as 1 each, and then auto sort combines them into 9. So you won't see me sorting items as much. Pervert, it's only you, right? Oh. Should be fucking around in other people's bathrooms. It's a little clue right there. Anything highlighted is kind of a clue. And I think that little gem right there in the upper right of the text box, depending on what color it flashes, it's kind of a clue on whether something good or bad is going to happen, or if it's a good or bad omen or whatever. I'm not sure how to describe it, but you'll kind of get the hang of it as you watch, if you keep watching. Came down far, children allowed outside. Okay. Out of the way. Alligator. This town was attacked by monsters, but it was his magic that saved everyone. He's a living legend. I'm gonna combine them now. See how it's like healing herb 1, healing herb 1, auto sort, healing herb 2. I like that. I guess the graphics aren't so bad. They're just a little bit different. I don't know why, I just had to wait until that okay. I always used to do that when I was a kid. Like I would enter this little area as soon as, you know, like that. Never mind. There's Yura. Uh-oh. Gunhead. It's called Gong Head in the original version. More so Ryu than you. Got here a little late. At least you saved her. I'll give you that. Alright, well that'll be nice. What's that supposed to mean? Okay. It's a little weird. Just saw me a few minutes ago. Wow. Him too, huh? I didn't do anything, I just talked to him, or tried to. So the police should say, nonsense, Chris has no place for filthy, lying urchins such as you. Be gone before I strike the fear of God in me myself. Damn. Must be PMS. Father Hawk. I think it was Hulk in the original version. Damn. Everybody's so irritable. Everybody seems to hate me all of a sudden. Except this guy. There's one nice person around here. And this must be Father Hawk. So obviously something's not right here. Something's been changed or some kind of curse or something. I don't know. Harlots. What's a harlot? Oh, okay, prostitute. Trying to be a prostitute. It's just sex. That's right. I'm not against prostitution. I think it should be legal. As long as it's, you know, all consensual and not like trafficking or anything. I think he said heave-ho in the original. Oh, it's stuck in my mind for some reason. They even do some light cussing in this, like damn and I think the word ass and maybe even bitch, I'm not sure. But no 4-letter words. Except damn. It's kind of like a PG-13 RPG as opposed to PG like the original version. Just going downstairs for a drink of water and... Doesn't he look anything like that old man? Come on. say anything. I said, are you nuts? That's not good. Oh yeah, I already checked that. What's church smell like? Oh. Let's see if I can. Don't mind me. I'm just being curious. Wait, what's over here? Oh, I didn't even know about this. Thought that Dragon Face was the only path you could go here. Let's see what's over here. Ah, the other foot. Okay. And because I got OCD, well, mild OCD, I'm just gonna go up here again, just get a look at it. Since I looked at the other two. Got it. Okay. Sorry, I'm using a joystick right now. Nice one, smell like wet dog. Oh, read my mind. Next few weeks. You could take a bath. That helps. To follow it. It's kind of dumb for an instinct. But, of course, there'd be no game without it, so fuck it, who cares? What's up here? Don't make you pee on your leg. Alright, maybe we'll come back here later. You are the one. You are indeed the fated child, and you must prove your worth. think this guy's name is Baru. Fuck, I can't even say it. Baruberry? Fuck. Baruberry, I think? I'm not sure. Never mind. I've always liked that name, though. Baruberry. Whenever I can say it right. Go forth and open the gate, fair child. Only then will you know the true power of God. It's like waking from a long dream, but now his father and sister have disappeared and no one else recognizes him. He dreamt of a horrific demon who ripped his heart and body apart, but it remains just a dream. Vision remains strong, deep within I was going to say concerns, corners of his mind. He hears it calling. A different world, a world of silence, a world of darkness. He moves toward it, feeling both fear and exhilaration. He succumbs and the darkness welcomes him. You are the one, the demon speaks to us, reaching deep within his own heart. He realizes that it is true. Then in that moment, reality washes away, and the dream begins to take shape. That, the adventure begins 10 years later. All grown up now. Mina. Sounds a little familiar. Ladyship? I'm sure that's a word. Soother of savage beasts. I don't know. Something about that sounds a little sexual. Maybe it's just me. shamelessly. Why was that highlighted? Oh, okay. Let's see if these cheats are on. Yeah, so I got the quick level up cheat, unlimited Zenny, max fist line strength, and no random battles. But I'm going to leave the random battles on for now. Why'd you ask? Oh, that's right, you said never mind. Easy. Change his mind. Rangers Guild. There'd be no game if I did that. Never fucking help it. Feels up to me. What? Trash can's gonna come into play later. Not Utabi. Bottles and dogs, man. Oh, thanks. Alright, here we go. So, can't get past here yet. We will later. There's a goby fish. I don't know what the race is called, but it's the same race goby was in the first one, obviously. It's easy, you just tie it around her neck and there you go. And we get a bank from the start. I'm not going to use it yet though. I think the first one took a few towns to get to a bank. And since I got unlimited zenny, I'm gonna get some shit. Hold on. What do I got? 2 herbs. One antidote. So these are the marble 3s of this game. Oh, it already tells you what you have right on the left there. Okay. Sell the wooden rod now. Apparently gotta wait through that little animation before you can talk to the merchant again. It's like this. Writes something down and does that. One of the best weapons. And we're gonna save. a little clue for when we get to Windia. About them being stuck-up birds. Keep still. Oh. I didn't mean to talk to him. I was trying to talk to the turtle, but you can't. Oh, the turtle? Alright, fuck you, dude. Oh, that's it? Okay. Which of these is a target bread? Is it like a sports mascot or something? Damn it. Oh. I don't get it. Any other riddles? I have no idea. Fuck it. Yeah, that's a character we'll be meeting later. Spar. I don't know what his new name is, or his name in this version is. But yeah. Bubble bag. Huh, 41. Rest, heal. Okay, so Ryu's the one with the healing spells in this one, whereas Nina was in the last game, but I think she has attack spells in this game. And yeah, like I said, I'm using a quick level up cheat, which kind of works for the first few battles, and then it goes back to normal, but you kind of get a head start for a high level, so yeah. Things will even out later. I'm not sure what all these spells are though. What they do, I mean, aside from their names. I think that's Mount Futabi back there, down there, right here. This little quick level up cheat's gonna make things go a lot faster. That's why I like it. That's 78. The enemy encounter rate's pretty high in this game, by the way. So unless I turn battles off, I'm gonna be getting stopped a lot. Which I don't mind, because, you know, once the level up cheat stops working, might as well collect all the experience you can. Wow, he's already at 99. Because I think in the test run, like Ryu stopped at around 91, 92. So if I want to get to 99, I'm gonna have to still fight battles. And in this game, you can see when you're gonna level up. It's got a little level up progress meter, although his is done. So I've always liked that feature in some RPGs where you can keep track of when you're gonna level up, instead of it all being a mystery. You just keep fighting and you're like, damn, when will I level up? God damn. I didn't realize I was sweating this much. See what I mean? It's like every 2 seconds. I guess Bosch is off the hook. Sort of. They don't like dog meat. So they're picking on Ryu. As you can tell by the music, is the first official boss of the game. The bosses. boss trio. It's a nice little view. That I already bought it. During battle. Damn. Iron Man. Oh, I already got him. That's the way back. These beaches are little fishing spots, I think. Actually, no. Those are... I think you catch like a dolphin there to ride in the water certain places, but you have to have like a certain item or ability. Getting later in the game. This enemy kind of relates to Relentless. Ray, not relate. Did I say relate? Help me. by cockroaches. I guess they are kind of big. For a death blow. The right pig and the other pig. Boiled pork chops. Didn't know people boil them. Doesn't sound that good. But them's the brakes. Aw, poor pig. Poor pig. Have a leg, just one. Three-legged pig would make the damage. Oh, that's fucked up. Well, sort of safe and sound. I'm such a hypocrite because I eat pork too. I don't feel sorry for this pig. There's a little fishing spot up there. You saw that little fish jump out. But I'm not going to use those yet. I don't doubt that. Semi-respectable, mostly legit ring. I'm sure you should trust this guy. What's or whatever. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not a pro? Fuck you, Bosh. Ah, she said, oh no, somebody else. Very Christian of you, isn't it? Oh, Brad. Mother? That's supposed to be here. Sorry about that. Chief would say about this. So where did she go? They must have saw her go towards him. That's bad. A chick, dude. A woman, I'm sorry. Don't want to be sexist. Nah, I never heard that saying. Where could he be? I think this is Trout's mansion right here. Yeah, he's back in the room. Yep, there he is. and ask her out. Sneak out. The guys are taking out the garbage. Did just a few minutes ago. Well, thanks anyway. I don't know, I figured he would like take that as a joke or something and let me go anyway. When I said Bosh. So he can't help me fight right now. guess that's the town we're gonna head to next. Colossia, I mean. Epic music there. Oh, damn. Alright, so I'm gonna head to Colossia now. Unless, hold on. Just wanna see what people say back there. Titsy Fly, I think they used to be called a Sci-Fly, TSI Fly. See the names of the enemies are longer now. And different. Everybody's talking about Colossia, so it's a big clue to go there now. So let's see what everybody says. could save at these churches too. You know, the dragon god. You could make a donation. I forget what that does or leads to, but I'm not gonna worry about it for now. Whoopee. Kind of said that like she could help fix it or something. I guess not. Huh, Whoopi. She can tell things about people, sense things. I wonder if that's sort of based on like Whoopi Goldberg and Ghost, where she could hear ghosts talking. I don't know. This kind of strikes me as a slight reference or something. Probably not. I don't know. Reality drama. Damn. Still saying the same shit. So we're going to save and head to Colossia. Watch out for moochers. No. Must be Colossia right there. Yep. Alright. These are little hunting areas. I don't think Ryu can hunt. Bosch can, but we don't have him right now. There's no way I can catch him. Let's see. Any new items here? Sacred Bloom, Fierce Curse, Zombie, some new weapons here for some new party members that we can't get yet, or equip yet. Yeah, I already got copper sword. Already got that. I'll take that. Got it. Damn. Sure, Anita Sarkeesian would have a field day with this game. And we're gonna check the pub. There's a reason I'm checking this last. Steal some shit first. He won't look. And this is Rand. Bunyan. And Bunyan was originally Baba in the American version. I guess Bunyan was his real name. Of course, it exceeds the 4-character limit. Just gonna save again real quick. So, I'm gonna head to Tagwoods and meet Bunyan. Steal his identity. Okay, he's at 91 now. Did that say Tagwoods? Yeah, it was called Tagwoods in the original version. Now it's Tagsy Woods. 92. Alright, that was quick. That must be Bunyan right there. That's a chest. Damn. It's like Blanca. Coin. Oh, fishing. Okay, nothing down there. Forgot what a vitamin does. Sorry about that. Damn it. Wow. So much for that. We can enter the Coliseum. Yep. Let's see what's over here first. Can't go in there. Can't go in there. Okay. Nice. It's kind of erotic. So you can either save the girl from getting hit by the darts, or you can let her get hit. And I'm not sure what that affects besides like how many people in the party you fight the next boss with. So no, I was just gonna take your shit. Sorry about that. Ah, nice. Must be the handsome compensation. I already took it. What's the plan? All of it? Alright, fine. That's all I had to say, dude. Yep, there's her, I was going to say new name, but her original name, I guess, Lynn. Formerly Cat. So we're gonna equip Cat with some new shit before we proceed. Let's look this up. There it is. Extra stuff. Cat suit. See if we can find Ran. Out of fucking way. Oh no, we gotta go in the Coliseum. Just gonna check this. Oh, you can't get in here. I was gonna try and check that chest right there. God shit. Wow. Equip RAM. Sorry, got it. Save real quick. Ugh, damn it. Oh, by the way, show you Rand's little ability. You can roll around. While you're rolling, the random battles turn off. And if you have Cat first, she can hunt with her stick. to look for that Batgirl. So I'm gonna call it an episode here, and meet you in the next one. See you later.